Welcome back to the Peaceful Parenting Podcast. I'm your host, John. And if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by parenting, the messes, the noise, the constant demands, you are not alone. Let's be honest, parenting is hard. And when we're exhausted and stretched too thin, our patience runs out fast. That's why today, we're discussing something every parent needs, managing stress before it manages you. Because let's face it, when we're overwhelmed, it's so much harder to stay calm, respond with patience, and parent the way we truly want to. To help us navigate this, we have our amazing guest, parenting expert Susan, back on the show. Susan, welcome.
Thanks, John. I love this topic because many parents struggle with stress and don't even realize how much it affects their reactions. Even small things, like spilled juice or kids not listening, can feel like huge problems when we're running on empty.
Exactly. And that's where Anger Management Solutions for Parents by Agnes Blake really comes in handy. It doesn't just talk about handling anger in the moment. It also teaches us how to reduce stress before we hit that breaking point. All right, let's start with the big question. Why does stress make us more reactive as parents?
Great question. Stress shrinks our patience and puts us into survival mode. When we're calm, we can think logically, problem solve, and respond with empathy. But when we're overwhelmed, our brain sees everything as an emergency. That's when we snap, yell, or react in ways we later regret.
So basically, if we don't manage our stress, it's only a matter of time before it spills over onto our kids.
Exactly. And the tricky part is, parenting is stressful. So instead of waiting until we're already at our limit, we must build habits that help us lower stress before we explode.
All right, let's get practical. What are some real-life doable ways parents can lower stress daily?
I love this because the strategies don't have to be big. They just need to be consistent. Here are a few simple but powerful ones. Micro breaks. Even 2 to 3 minutes of deep breathing, stepping outside, or listening to a song can reset your brain. Name it to tame it. Saying, "I'm feeling overwhelmed right now," helps shift you out of reaction mode. Lower expectations. Give yourself permission to let go of perfection. Your kids don't need a perfect parent, just a present one. Create a reset ritual. Something small like washing your hands, drinking water, or stretching for a minute to signal your brain to slow down. Ask for help. Whether it's a partner, friend, or even telling your kids, "I need a few minutes to breathe." You don't have to do it all alone. Star.
I love that. And so many parents forget that small changes make a big difference. You don't have to take a spa day to reset. You need a few intentional moments.
Exactly. And let's not forget, how we manage stress teaches our kids how to handle theirs too.
Okay, so we've talked about preventing stress. But what if you're already at that point where you feel like you're about to lose it? What should a parent do in that moment?
In those moments, you need a quick, simple strategy to calm your nervous system fast. Here are 3 options. The 4-7-8 breathing trick. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale slowly for 8 seconds. This signals your body to relax. Cold water reset. Splash cold water on your face or run your hands under cold water. It helps stop the stress response. The step away rule. If possible, say, "I need a second," and step out of the room for just 30 seconds. Even that short break can help you respond better. Star.
That's so helpful. I love that parents can use these things in the moment instead of just saying, "Stay calm." Because let's be real, that's easier said than done.
Exactly. And the key is practicing these techniques even when you're not stressed, so they become automatic when you need them.
All right, before we wrap up, let's talk about something that always comes up: parent guilt. Because even when parents try their best, there will be moments when they still lose their patience. What would you say to those parents?
Oh, I love this question because guilt is normal, but it shouldn't control you. The fact that you feel bad means you care. But instead of sitting in guilt, focus on repair. Say to your child, "I was feeling really overwhelmed and I raised my voice. That wasn't fair to you, and I'm sorry. I'll try to handle it better next time." That simple step teaches them accountability, emotional intelligence, and that love isn't broken by hard moments.
That's so powerful. We don't have to be perfect. We must be willing to learn and repair.
Exactly. And the more we focus on progress instead of perfection, the less guilt we carry.
Susan, this has been such a helpful conversation. I love that today's episode wasn't just about stopping anger. It was about building habits that make us less stressed parents in the first place.
For those listening, if today's episode resonated with you, I highly recommend checking out Anger Management Solutions for Parents by Agnes Blake. It has practical strategies to help you reduce stress, manage anger, and create a more peaceful home.
And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the Peaceful Parenting Podcast so you never miss an episode. Leave us a review, share this with a friend, and let us know what parenting topics you'd love us to cover next. Remember, peaceful parenting isn't about being perfect. It's about making small, intentional choices every day to create a home filled with more patience, connection, and calm. See you next time. You got this.